top of the world, about to jump above it. Take it straight to the moon, 'cause we know how to rock it. Ain't no thing you can do, ain't no way to stop it. Now you're feeling it too, let's get it started. Throw your hands in the air while the beat is dropping. Acting like you don't care when everybody's watching. Just keep whipping your hair like that, you got it. Yeah, you're feeling it too, let's get it started. I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started. Charts off the meter, turn it up, blow the speakers, make them all to believers, break through the surface, tell them open the curtains, give them all what they wanted, yeah, now let's get it started. I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. Yeah, I'm ready, ready. I'm ready. Are you ready, ready? I'm ready. Let's get it started. Yeah, yeah, I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Let's go. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it, get it. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me something new. Time to break loose. Take it to another level. Now we on the move. Shout if you coming with me. Going over the limit. On your mark, keep it steady. So tell me, are you ready? I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Are you ready?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And it is the next round of the POWRi 410 non-wing sprint car series. I race it on LSRTV. I'm Wesley Outland, the voice of this simulation world every Thursday night. That's right. Nah, there is no color analyst. No, Charles. I am the color analyst. I am the Grand Pumbaa announcer, play-by-play, color, everything is all on me. Hey, by the way, we're welcoming you here. We're at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're coming down to the final 2-3 weeks of the regular season. And we've got a great one for you here this evening. By the way, our coverage, as always, is presented by Indy Race Parts, Sims Dirt Track Simulators, and Elite Performance Industries. We're ready to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte tonight, as these drivers are having a quick practice warm-up session to get themselves ready to go for qualifying. That qualifying lap will set the stage for heat races, and then do we have a 411 information, Charles, for tonight, or nothing? There we go. All right, there we go. Hey, you ask, you shall receive. Race information presented by Live Sim Racing TV. Practice session is going on right now. We got one flying up in the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Wow, let's do a tilt-a-whirls all the way down into the second turn. Long qualifying session, and then here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte, we'll have heat races and a 35-lap feature. I'm thinking we've got probably less than 15 cars, so we'll probably break them up into 2 heats and then have the 35-lap A-main. We're ready to go. We're glad you're here. We're getting it started. iRacing on LSRTV from the dirt track at the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're back with more in a moment. Okay, so I thought you wanted me to thank the sponsors and then go to break. But anyhow, IndyCar, thanks to Indy Race Parts, Sims, Dirt Track Simulators. Of course, again, thanks again to Elite Performance Industries. And we got all these teams out here. We're just working on the race cars right now, getting themselves tuned in to get ready for tonight's events. Of course, these non-wing 410 cars, they're so fun to watch. Man, I wish the car counts was a lot better, but understanding from people that I've talked with behind the scenes, there's a lot of big money races going on. People are competing against one another, obviously, just like in the real racing world. Nobody wants to work together for the most part. Same thing in simulation, and it breaks up the. It breaks the. Do what now? Oh, tonight's race is $50 to win as well. Tonight's race pays $50 to win. So there has been some money added to the pot to try to get some more cars to come. But yeah, you know, it's we're looking forward to it. We'll see what Charlotte provides. Obviously, the dirt track at Charlotte has a mind of its own. The way you race around this place is so unique. It's very it can be mind games for anybody, for that matter, trying to figure out this place. So it should be fun. It should be exciting. And of course, as always, we're looking forward to bringing it to you tonight. iRacing on LSRTV. As these drivers finishing up now with their practice session, they'll probably get a couple more minutes, and they're going to be able to exit off the racetrack, make whatever adjustments they need to make, and get ready. Hey, don't forget, coming up later on tonight, 11:30 Eastern Time, we're back on iRacing on LSRTV and the Community Radio Network with coverage of the Northwest Racing Series Truck Division. And that's going to be an exciting race. Oh, we got one of the wall, Dover, Delaware. Dover Motor Speedway is where we're going to be at tonight. Jacob Denny getting ready to bring his car out of the racetrack. He's got a couple of wins this year. Good to see Dylan Yeager back again. Benny Sansone, Craig Silvey, Ryan Codwell, Cody Terry, Wade Fields, Bruce Jones, Skylar Brown, Keith Bradley. Good to see him back again. He's been off the last couple of weeks due to work obligations. Real life, I get it. But it's good to see him back again. And Trevor Royer, Felix Roy, and Zach Jerkic. Zach Jerkic there in the entries, ready to go here, as we're just about 3 minutes left to go in practice. So, again, dirt track at Charlotte, such a fun, exciting racetrack, and I'm being told in my producer ears, thanks to Charles Wooten in the back, he's telling me that they're getting ready to advance any second now, and we'll get you ready to go for, of course, what will be qualifying. And qualifying will set the stage, as that's about to happen here right about now. So qualifying for these drivers, it will not last 10 minutes, I promise you that. Once everybody takes time, they will quickly reset it, and we'll get ready to go with heat races. As we're ready to go now with the Heat Wave Designs number 10, Skylar Brown on the racetrack. He's our first qualifier, lone qualifying, by the way. Skylar Brown up first. Skylar Brown out of Greensburg, Indiana. The Brent Marks Racing Sim Team Chevrolet, 29 years old. Hey, by the way, speaking of Brent Marks, we had him on finish line yesterday. Winner at the Devil's Bowl Speedway with the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, and he's part of their esports team for Brent Marks. So here's Skylar Brown, the Greenburgh, Indiana native. So what he can do here in his time, 14.890, 14.890, 14.890. That's going to be about a good for at least the top 5. Dylan Yeager just went to the top of the board of the 14.81. Here comes Trevor Royer on the racetrack now to qualify. Trevor Royer in the number 90 machine. Is qualifying on track right now. Trevor Royer, 14.860. Tim Sims Transmissions, UDTV entry. Keith Bradley, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, car number 71K. It's always good seeing Keith. Been off for the last couple of weeks because of the real work life, and I get that. The Indy Race Parts Esports entry, 31 years old out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And he'll get ready to work his way off of turn number 4 here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we'll see what time he turns. 15.020. Boy, he's got to pick it up. He's definitely not within the fast 14-second area right there with everyone else is, especially Dylan Yeager. Dylan Yeager, 14.81. Trevor Warrior, 14.86. 14.82 for Vinny Sansone. And Keith Bradley will end up qualifying 9th, 14.92. 14.92. So qualifying is in the books. When we come back, we are heat racing. Dirt track at Charlotte. We're back in a moment. This is iRacing on LSRTV.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland, and for the second year in a row, the Community Radio Network is excited to also be the voice of iRacing on LSRTV every Monday and Thursday night with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup and Truck. Join yours truly, Justin Prince and Samuel Dyer, every week as they race towards a championship. We're also on the radio in the Triangle in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area at 87.5 WCRN and anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. Click play. Check out the coverage, the power of radio to the imagination of the listener, esports style. We are the Community Radio Network, the voice of iRacing on LSR TV. Check it out when you can, and replays are always up too. Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel. Ask their questions. Get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
This is our series.
Hey, welcome back. We're getting ready to go heat racing now. I believe we're going to break it down into 2 heat races at the dirt track at Charlotte tonight, and we'll give you the starting lineup as Vinny Sansone is on the pole. Dylan Yeager obviously was the fast qualifier, so put Dylan Yeager on the pole. Vinny Sansone to the outside, row 1. Jacob Denny, Zach Jurek, row number 2. Keith Bradley, Bruce Jones, and Felix Roy will tag the back. Heat race number 1. The Majolis Speed Shop entry of number 48, Team VLR. The young 17-year-old Dylan Yeager ready to look for another win here on the POWRi 410 Non-Wing Sprint Series. Native out of Hamilton, New Jersey. Pace in the field to get ready to come to the green flag. We're underway. Heat number 1 is Charlotte. Yeager jumping out, early lead. Underway, back straightaway. Down the front straightaway, still. Majolis as well there. The Majolis Speed Shop entry of course, Dylan Yeager. Vinny Sansone sitting back in 3rd is Jacob Denny. We're having some overlay issues, ladies and gentlemen, so no timing and scoring, but I'll do my best to keep it up for you. As right now, Dylan Yeager leads the way. Vinny Sansone, Trevor Warrior, they're 1, 2, and 3 as they work their way off the back straightaway. Back down the front now. Races continue on as they work their way back down, bottom of the racetrack. Jacob Denny trying to get after Sansone for that spot. They're side by side. They work off of 3 and 4. Kick the left front wheel of Denny up off the ground. Vinny Sansone up on the fluff on the outside lane. He'll clear him again and go to the number 2 spot. But here comes now Denny trying to reel him back in again. Sansone and Denny battling out for the number 2 spot. And all the while, Dylan Yeager is gone. Dylan Yeager checking out. No one can catch him. Coming to the line this time by, it'll be 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. As Dylan Yeager is still the man out in front. Vinny Sansone, Jacob Denny, there you see him. They battle for second. Denny a little sideways for a moment, lost ground on Sansone. Sansone battles back on the outside, nothing there. They're trying to close it on Yeager as well. 3-car battle for the lead as they come to the line and 2 to go. Working off the corner. Here comes Dylan Yeager back straight away. Coming off the corner out of turn number 4. No one can catch Dylan Yeager as he will come to the line and he will get the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Joe, actually checkered flag. This race is over. Heat number 1 in the books at the end of the 8-lap heat race. And when it's all said and done, Dylan Yeager gets the win over Vinny Sansone. Jacob Denny is 3rd. Zach Jurek 4th. Keith Bradley, Bruce Jones, and Felix Roy. The rundown for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 now getting ready to line up. Trevor Royer is on the pole in the number 90. Ryan Codwell on the outside of row number 1. Wakefield's in the 71, followed by Craig Silby in the 7. Cody Terry in the back. Another 8-lap heat race. The lineup is set. We've introduced the drivers. Pace truck will get to rolling in just a moment. And we'll get ready to go. Dirt track at Charlotte is a half-mile up on the outside lane from the racetrack wall. On the racing groove, it is 0.4 of a mile. Some people refer to this track, obviously, as one of the crown jewel gems of dirt racing. You think of the World of Outlaw World Finals here every year. They're bringing back the Colossal after numerous years of not having it. That's another event that's always been a marquee show. Memorial Day normally runs here at the dirt track at Charlotte during NASCAR weekend. And it's so awesome that it's on the iRacing simulator. Every time you ever want to race here, you can play on it. And I've seen great races on iRacing from Charlotte, whether it's these 410 non-wing sprints or the wing sprints, the big block modifieds in general, late model street stocks. They're always exciting and fun to watch. We're ready, ladies and gentlemen, to go Charlotte. Final preliminary of the night. Heat number 2, green here. Ready to go for the POWRi 410 non-wing sprints. Working the way into the turn number 1 and 2 on the jump. It's going to be Trevor Royer. He'll jump out in front. Here comes the battle now. 3-4 cars in that mix. Skylar Brown up on the outside off the wall. They come to the line. We're 1 lap in. While that goes on, Royer holding off the likes of Skylar Brown and Ryan Codwell. Coming after him hot and heavy as they work to the bottom of the racetrack. No one else jumping to the line. Keith Bradley also in that mix. Or correction, Wakefield, Skylar Brown getting past up on the outside. Trevor Royer moving to the lead. Staying to the lead. Skylar Brown had a shot at him and fell back. Trevor Royer up in front. Well, that goes on. There's the number 7 of Craig Silby. Silby and Fields and Terry battle. This all going on bottom of the racetrack. Contact there. Fields and Silby going at it. Up the outside wall, Max Codwell. Ryan Codwell, hold on to it. Goes in the middle, he can get off the binders to not miss him. Codwell, great piece of drive there to miss Fields and Silby. Craig Silby battles back. Here comes now Wade Fields on the inside of the Tim Sims transmission entry to the bottom, getting by truck value number 7 to Silby again. And all the while, Ryan Codwell up on the top shelf. 3 laps to go. Coming to the line. There's Trevor Royer. Tim Sims Transmissions, number 90. Also UDTV on the sponsor for the machine of the number 90 machine, Trevor Royer. He is the top dog right now, leading the way here in heat race number 2. Anybody got anything for Royer? They better put their cards on the table right now and show it, because he's about to walk away with a heat race win. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go for Trevor Royer. He'll work his way down the front straightaway, and he will take heat race number 2. So Trevor Royer will take heat race number 2. Skylar Brown Wade Fields, all these drivers tried so hard to make it interesting, but in the end, of course, it was Dylan Yeager winning heat race number 1, Trevor Royer taking heat race number 2. They'll be on the, unless there's an invert, unofficially they will be on the on the front row, inside and outside when this gets started. So what you're watching right now is a quick warm-up session. So these drivers will get ready for a little moment to prepare. And I'm not sure, because we don't have overlays, I don't know how much time they have on the clock until they have to reset it. But once they get this quick little warm-up session, we will go into our feature event. Quite a field of talent. Any of these drivers on the list for this 35-lap A main have got a shot to win. Got some pretty good contenders that are ready to go. So it definitely should be fun watching. You know, you keep an eye on Dylan Yeager, always one to keep a watch on. Skylar Brown's improved in the last couple of weeks. Whenever Keith Bradley has his car set up good, he can be a threat to win. Trevor Royer looks like he's really looking good, liking the dirt track at Charlotte tonight. And don't count out Vinny Sansone either. Vinny Sansone is also one of those drivers that can be interesting when that 90 car is hooked up, set up, and ready to go. So with that said, these drivers finishing up with their final warm-up. And we'll get ready for our 35-lap A-main feature coming up here. Coming up here next. So, dirt track at Charlotte. Of course, this is a daytime event, which that's going to be actually kind of unique too, because normally under the lights you would see this be nighttime, but this is kind of a afternoon, late afternoon sim variable, if you will. It's probably about 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun just beginning to sunset or so, go down. And this is going to be interesting to see what it does with the racetrack. Look at the granulates of the dirt, on the production and the blueprint of this racetrack, especially from that angle right there. Look at that. That looks just like real dirt. Dirt tracks across America I go to, and that looks just like real dirt on the racetrack, even at the dirt track at Charlotte for that matter. And that's just props to the work that iRacing has done to make these facilities laser disc identical to what the real deal is. Charlotte is the place. Coming down to the final weeks of racing in this series with the POWRi 410 non-wing sprint series. As always, you can follow them. You can follow us, for that matter, at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that being said, it is go time here tonight at Charlotte. Don't believe we got the overlays, so I will give you the team 126 Racing starting lineup. And we're ready to go. Copy that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 35 laps of distance. Let's give you your starting lineup on the pole. The Heat 1 winner, of course, out of Hamilton, New Jersey for the Team VLR. Majula Speed Champions, Dylan Yeager in the car number 48. On the outside of row number 1, the number 90, that's going to be Heat 2 winner, Trevor Royer. Row number 2 will find the driver of the number 80 machine. That's going to be Vinny Sansone. Vinny Sansone will be on the 3rd spot. To the outside of him, Skylar Brown in the number 10. Row number 3 will find Jacob Denny in the car number 61. Wade Fields in 71 to his outside. Row 4, the animal, Keith Bradley from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, along with Craig Silby in the number 7. Cody Terry and Felix Roy will make up row number 5, the top 10. Then you've got, of course, Ryan Codwell in the 4, Zach Jurek in the number 01, Bruce Jones in the back. He will tag the tail. And that is your starting lineup. "35 laps coming up here as these drivers get ready to go here. I am taking a look at the schedule that remains for the POWRi 410 non-wing sprint series. As we are, of course, one more time, I do want to thank our sponsors. We can't thank them enough for helping make this series happen. Of course, thanks to POWRi, Keith Bradley, Charles Wooten as well with Live Sim Racing TV, and Indy Race Parts, Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators, Elite Performance Industries. Green flag is in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime at the dirt track in Charlotte. We're 35 laps with the non-wing 410 methanol alcohol wing warriors, non-wing warriors of Sprint Car Go Fast on the virtual dirt track tonight. One lap in, quick jump up in front. It's going to be Dylan Yeager. Remember what I was telling you about Sansoon? Remember I was telling you about Skylar Brown? If they're having a good night and they're on it, keep an eye on them. As also the 61, Jacob Denny is up in there as well. This race is underway. 35 laps of distance here tonight on the dirt track at Charlotte. So, the field working their way off the corner. It's Yeager out in front. 3 wide up out of the corner. Hold on. Yeager under attack by Royer, Denny, and Brown, and they were trying to make a law firm out of it. 3 cars, 3 wide. They thought about going single file to try to run back down. Yeager couldn't do it yet. Here comes Denny back on the inside. Sanson will follow. Brown up on the fluff. Up on the top shelf as that yellow number 10 closes in up under Brock Denny's machine, under the Denny machine. Jacob Denny. Back straight away they go. Into that turn. Working off of turn number 4. Denny on the bottom. Brown will follow. This is inside the top 5. All the while, Dylan Yeager leads the way. That's the battle going on for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Denny, Brown, Roy up 4 spots. He's in the top 5. Vinny Sansone has fell back a couple of spots as the race goes on. Pretty good one so far. As all the while, it is the driver. Dylan Yeager out in front. Trevor Royer 2nd. Jacob Denny 3rd. Skylar Brown, Felix Roy top 5. As, boy, oh boy, Silby gets a little loose there. Watch him up on the outside, getting passed by Vinny Sansone for that spot. Mind you, in this 35-lap event, we're coming up on lap number 10, 25 to go. Back straight away, Sansone and Silby, truck value entry, battling. There you see Brown up on the outside lane. This race rolls on, 35 laps, $50 to the winner. Oh, contact! Oh, no! Denny drove it in hard. He got into the driver. Oh, no. And the caution is out. We've got to look on your replay here for what happened to Zach Jurek. Jurek just got turned. Oh, my. Wow. Well, that's no fun. Caution coming out. Dylan Yeager still the man out in front. VLR. Majula Speed Shop entry. So again, Dylan Yeager, Hamilton, New Jersey native out in front, still leading the way. Still a lot of this race left to go too, mind you. Yes, this is a 35-lap race. We're 10 laps in right now. $35 laps the distance. Dylan Yeager, of course, the man out in front. Trevor Royer in second. Jacob Denny up 2 spots to third. Caution laps are counting as they're under yellow flag, but they will not finish under yellow. After that accident involving a couple of those guys there, they'll stop, they'll reset. There you see the pace truck. It's already making the left-hand turn back onto the pit lane, or into the infield, if you will. The make-do infield here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And we go back to green. They roar back to speed. POWRi 410 non-wing sprint series. I know they got some plans to make it bigger and better next year, maybe changing the dates and the schedule in around, maybe the start time as well. Wish we could, when we first started this thing, man, it was booming, close to 40 cars. And as we've moved down to the home stretch, and maybe these guys, they're not in the points hunt for a championship, so they're kind of like, well, we really don't have no really need to run. And the numbers have kind of dropped off. But we're making the best of what we've got as Sansone and Silby battle. Some of the best 410 non-wing virtual racers out there going at it. There is Silby now getting some company from Wade Fields. We're cut upon halfway here in about another 4 more laps. As Dylan Yeager, Trevor Royer, Jacob Denny, Skylar Brown, Vinny Sansone are your top 5. 35 lap event down to the inside. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got trouble. Caution is out. Yellow flag. We'll find out what's going on. I think it's the Heat Wave Designs number 10 of Skylar Brown. Oh no. Skylar Brown nowhere to go. Got tagged from the back, or he tagged the car in the back, and then he lost it on his own. And the driver to Greensburg, Indiana for Brent Marks Racing Sim Team Chevrolet puts us under the yellow flag for the second time. We're having some overlay issues, race fans, if you're watching on the broadcast for iRacing on LSRTV. And for that reason, we don't normally have the bells and the whistles and the gadgets and lap counter and timing and scoring and intervals and all that. And we do apologize for it, but of course, give you the best I can. As right now, we're working lap number 15. This time by under the yellow flag. 2 cautions so far in this 35-lap A main feature here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Dylan Yeager leads. Trevor Royer is second, up 2 spots. Jacob Denny the third. Vinny Sansone falling back 1 to 4th, and Craig Silby up 3 in the top 5. Then it's Wade Fields, Zach Jurek, Felix Roy, Keith Bradley sitting in the top 10 with Bruce Jones. Then it's Ryan Codwell and Cody Terry. Skylar Brown, the man that brought us under yellow flag just a moment ago. And that is the rundown. Pace truck is in. We're ready to bring them back and light the candle on lap number 15. This time by green flag back in the air. Dirt track in Charlotte. They will send it off, bouncing off the wall. Getting that right rear off the concrete and using it for some type of a momentum. All the while, they work their way back around the corner. Another lap in. Hold on to it, fellas. Still going, still going. Another lap on, closing it on halfway as well. Here tonight, 410 non-wing sprints, dirt track at Charlotte. Closing into the final races of the season as well, if you didn't know that. And the championship to be decided too. Don't forget, coming up later tonight, we're at the Dover. We go from the dirt track at Charlotte to Dover Motor Speedway. Samuel Dyer and myself on the call for the trucks at Dover. Field working their way out the corner. Up off the wall. Here we go. Another time around. Watching them bounce it off the wall. No one changing position just yet, but Dylan Yeager still the man out in front. 20 laps in. We're closing in on 15 to go. We're just after halfway. Trying to go 3 wide, 3 wide. Some contact there. Silby had to lift as the 0-1 paddle. Jurek on the inside of the middle. Vinny Sansone battles back now. He's coming after Jurek's machine as they work their way down to the inside. Craig Silby peeking on the bottom. Sansone right up under him as well as the 71 machine. And the caution is out. I believe it's for Wade Fields. We'll find out. As there is Jacob Denny. Race rolls on. I thought we had a caution. Correction, we're still under green. As all the while, Jacob Denny trying to get around. Battling with Yeager for the lead. Look at Yeager coming back on the bottom. Jacob Denny and Dylan Yeager battling out here for the lead on the top spot. Final closing laps. We're closing in on 10 laps to go. 10 laps remaining here. Heat race number 1 and 2. Dylan Yeager and, of course, the driver of Trevor Royer. Now in the feature for the time being. Dylan Yeager trying to hold off Jacob Denny. And that battle of cat and mouse continues as now Denny's the man up in front. 10, now make it 9 laps to go. Team VLR entry, Dylan Yeager, bottom of the racetrack. Jacob Denny will still stay up on the outside lane. They'll still hold it together. Nobody changes up anything yet. They go back to the 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, he went in the grass. Hold on. Oh wow, Yeager about drove it all the way in the grass and trying to come back on the racetrack, and it hurt all the momentum he had as Jacob Denny has pulled away. Yeager, bottom of the racetrack in the grass. There's Vinny Sansone about to get past again. With Craig Silby, that's going on in the 6th and 7th spot. And we're coming up on 6 laps to go. This time by Silby and Sansone. Best battle on the racetrack right now. All the while, Jacob Denny, the man out in front. Jacob Denny from Galloway, Ohio, the 17-year-old. Holding, getting around Dylan Yeager. Dylan Yeager made the slip, went down to the grass with another 10 laps remaining. Lost ground on Jacob Denny. And right now, it is Denny's race to lose with 5 laps to go. There's the leader, back straight away. 3rd turn. Slides up the cushion, up in the fluff, bounces the right rear tire off the concrete, exiting 4. And the man out of Galloway, Ohio is still the leader. Still the man out in front. These laps continue to tick away here. We approach the end of this race. You're on board now with the leader, Keith Bradley. He's coming for the white flag this time by, ladies and gentlemen, off of turn number 4. There it is, the CRN, 1 to go. We've got iRacing, we've got softball, baseball, real racing, college, high school, and more this weekend. And off of turn number 4, here comes Jacob Denny. Galloway, Ohio native will take the checkered flag, and he will win here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Just an open book, shut case. The interval almost 2 seconds back to Dylan Yeager. Felix Roy up 6 spots, and he will finish in the number 3 position when this race is said and done. And all the while, Jacob Denny again, the 17-year-old out of Galloway, Ohio, is the winner tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Again, we are having overlay issues, so I will go ahead and give you real quickly the unofficial results for this event tonight here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Next week, it's at Williams Grove and then Kokomo, the final 2 races of the season. Jacob Denny is your winner. Dylan Yeager will finish in 2nd. Felix Roy 3rd, as I mentioned, the highest man climber 6th, tied actually with Zach Jurlick. 4th will go to Trevor Royer. Zach Jurek will finish in 5th, up 6th, like Felix Roy 3rd. Craig Silby is 6th. Wade Fields is 7th. Ryan Codwell 8th. Vinny Sansone struggled. He fell back to 9th. And Bruce Jones, the top 10. Keith Bradley was 11th, 10 laps down. Skylar Brown was 12th, 20 laps down. And Cody Terry finished last in 13th. And that driver, of course, was 21 laps down. Coming up, the finish line, post-race wrap-up. We will talk to, of course, Jacob Denny and all the others. This is iRacing on LSRTV with the 410 non-wing sprint sanctioned by POWRi on your home for sim racing. Welcome back to coverage. iRacing on LSRTV. Wesley Outland here with you. We are in the books for the round of the final 4 races of the 410 POWRi non-wing sprint series. Next week, it is off to USA International Raceway, and then we close out the seasons at Williams Grove and Kokomo. Man, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk to the top 3 here tonight after the races at the dirt track at Charlotte. Of course, we'll grab a word with the winner, Jacob Denny, very soon. But now we'll talk to Felix Roy. Felix in the number 11 machine. What a drive, man. I think it's the first time we've ever talked to you here on the podium. 3rd place tonight.
Hell yeah. You know, just rolling the bottom and paid off.
It seemed like that was the way to go. If you stayed on the bottom, unless you were able to run the top side very well, if you need to stay on the bottom, that was the way to race. Obviously, you were the tied with the next climber of 6th position. So you had to fight your way through traffic to get up there to be on the podium.
Oh yeah, you know, just made my way through mid-pack, I think 5th, and got hit and start through the rear and just made my way through, just rolling the bottom, just barely hitting the tires, and it was pretty hard, man. I knew I could not really run the top. I was not going to switch lane because I ran the bottom all race, and I think it would have hurt me running the top there. But yeah, I think maybe if we had a caution, I had something for these guys. But you know, definitely they were up front. Top 3 were up front. I was 4th, just catching a little bit, and yep, just got 3rd place, and yep.
Well, when it's all said and done, Felix Roy gets on the podium tonight. He'll finish 3rd. Thank your sponsors, buddy.
Yep. Thanks to my sponsor, Case Code JL. That's it. You guys for the good broadcast.
All right, man, there you go. It's good to talk with him. First time ever. Felix Roy, a part of Jim Beaver Esports, will finish in the number 3 position. We'll talk to the runner-up out of Hamilton, New Jersey, part of Team VLR, Majula Speed Shop, entry number 48, Heat 1 winner, Dylan Yeager. Dylan, what's the take of the race, man? You look really strong. Did the tires fall off? Did the change of the car, the weather going into nightfall change the car? And happy with 2nd?
I mean, I'm all right with it, but just I picked the wrong setup. It was too heavy on the right rear, and I was lifting the left front off the ground. So you know, the car was a little too tight to run the top. Every time I would go up there, the car would kind of bike up or get tight on me. So you know, that kind of came out of play, and just Jacob ran it better than me, and I'm sure his setup was definitely a lot looser than mine, so he had the ability to hit it without, getting tight like that. But, second place is always good. We're running for points, so as long as I don't junk myself and run good in these last few races, well, I'll be happy with the second.
Yeah, everything went well and fell into place for you. You had such a strong car there. It looked like you were going to be the guy that was going to win this thing. And, what's your take of Jacob getting around you and just the respect you guys have racing each other on this POWRi 410 series as we do approach the final 3 races of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I seen him behind me a while back throwing sliders with, I believe it was Royer, and I knew he was coming. He's really good at running the top on these tracks like this, and he just had it rolling. And it's nice being able to run a series and be confident in the guys you're racing against. I mean, there's nobody in this series that runs dirty, which is always good, and it's nice to be able to race around and run hard with people and not have to worry about getting taken out by anybody.
Man, it certainly was a good one, and I'll tell you what, going on from here, what's your take of your chances of looking at trying to lock up the championship?
I mean, as long as we keep running consistent, top 3s and top 5s, I should have it. I have a pretty decent lead at the moment, so I'll just try and keep the consistency going and wrap this thing up.
Well, Dylan, it's always great talking to you. It seems like every Thursday night, the young man out of Hamilton, New Jersey. Well, again, thank your sponsors as always, and congratulations with second spot.
Yeah, gotta thank Team VLR as always, man. Gotta thank Bighorn Taxidermy, Toters Isle Frenchie, CFM Esports. Gotta thank y'all for the broadcast and these guys at POWRi and Indie Race Parts for putting us on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the driver, of course, for the Majula Speed Shop, Team VLR, entry 17-year-old out of Hamilton, New Jersey. Dylan Yeager, the 48, will finish in the number 2 spot. Finally, victory lane we go. Another win for the driver of the number 61 machine out of Galloway, Ohio. Congratulations to you again, Jacob Denny. Another win. I think I ain't talked to you since you won at the race at Cedar Lake, Wisconsin. Welcome back to victory lane.
Yeah, it's nice to finally be back, especially after the 2 hard weeks we had last 2 weeks, and just glad we could finally get the monkey off our back and get another one.
Couple of 17-year-olds, ironically, Dylan Yeager 17 and you're 17, and battling for obviously wins. But do you feel as good as you're getting here down the stretch, down to the final 3 races, this race being the final 4, that you could make a run to run down Yeager for a championship if he has some bad luck?
Maybe we've had some bad luck. That's about the only way. But I've been struggling with setup the last couple of weeks, but now I think I hit on something, and hopefully I can keep hitting on it in the next 3 weeks.
I noticed that when the race started, you stayed down on the bottom of the racetrack. But then as we got about halfway through, after that first or second caution, you started driving the top side. Did you set the car up to be to the bottom and work your way up the banking and kind of precision driving, if you will, to change lanes?
I kind of had it set up for the top. Just the first half there, I was trying to get settled in and get in line and try to get myself as far forward as I could without running the top, so I didn't have to slide anybody and break my momentum and lose the front pack. So after I got that third there, I put her up on the fence and just went to work.
Well, man, congratulations to you. Before we let you go, Mr. Jacob, thank your sponsors as always.
Service Master and FK Riding, who sponsor me in real life, and Caleb Sheetsy for making my paint, and the good Lord for blessing me so I can race on here and race in real life at a high level.
Well, there you go. 17-year-old native out of Galloway, Ohio for the Buckeye State. Gets the win here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. That's going to wrap up our coverage here this evening for the 410 POWRi non-wing sprint car series, of course, at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We want to thank all of our sponsors one more time, and of course that includes the sponsors that make it happen: Indie Race Parts, Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators, and Elite Performance Industries. Don't forget, coming up tonight, just after 11 p.m. Eastern Time, the Dover Motor Speedway, the next round of the Northwest Racing Series with trucks. Samuel Dyer and myself will be on the broadcast call. Until then, next week, it's USA International in Lakeland, Florida. Follow us as always at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be good to one another. Thank you for watching. For Keith Bradley, the series promoter, for Charles Wooten and Jeff Staffnow for Rocket Media and Live Sim Racing, our broadcast on iRacing on LSRTV. I'm Wesley Outland. We'll do it next week. POWRi 410 non-wing sprints from Lakeland, Florida at USA International. And congratulations in closing one more time to Jacob Denny, winning at Charlotte.